Something very interesting just happened. If it happens again, I'm going to turn the video off again. I was recording myself. The initial thought was, this is how I practice checking my blind spots. Because checking your blind spots is a stretch. And people only ever check their blind spot when they have reason to check. So they are concerned with a car that is behind them or might be there. And especially in New York, one of the favorite exercises of 40% of drivers at least, and it's a just estimate, it's not like I can calculate like crazy, but a good solid amount of people love to hide in blind spots of other vehicles. That's like their happy place. That's where they cruise along. And if they lose that connection, they drive until they find it again, and then they cruise along with it again for whatever reason. It's amazing. Now I just looked at the camera again, but I'm trying to be very careful about this, so eyes back on the road. Right now I have two cars in front of me. One is a Honda and a Audi, both kind of like SUV-ish, and then behind me is a Jeep, and then behind there is, what you know, a Subaru. Everybody is cruising at about 60, 63 miles an hour, which is amazing. That's the slowest cruising speed I have found around here so far. Actually, I'm on the Taconic going south. We have entered back into clown country as far as traffic is concerned. In Massachusetts, the average highway speed, as I just kind of described it here, why I call it the average, because 5 cars are driving the same speed, and actually for once nobody's tailgating each other. It's amazing. No, never mind. The Honda just started tailgating the Audi like 3 feet, and he can just pass him if he wants to. But he is now tunnel visioned in on the vehicle in front of him, because he's probably thinking about what went down during the holidays rather than paying attention to how he's driving. Now he's stopped tailgating the Audi. I'm working on multiple cameras in multiple directions so people can see that all of this shit is actually happening. Here comes the Jeep that was just behind me. Respect. The average speed dropped from 63 to like 60, so this guy is just trying to continue with his normal speed. Respect. He just doesn't need to overtake people in freaking slow motion. If you're going to overtake somebody, make it a little bit, not fast, but brisk. Everybody will be happier for it, because then you're not cruising next to each other for a couple of minutes on the highway at high speeds. I'm going to overtake the Honda now as well. Actually, I need to stop because the Jeep is still at it. I don't want to be next to the Honda for an unnecessary amount of time. And my car seems to be accelerating a little bit slower. I need to be careful. Oh no, there it is again. It starts to accelerate quite slowly between 80 and 100 miles an hour, because in Massachusetts, the average speed limit on the highway, as far as the human beings put forth, 90. 95. In order to overtake somebody there slowly that is cruising on the right side, you have to be going almost 100 miles an hour. It is unbelievable. And they all do it. A bunch of them, 30, 40 cars at least. And I know this because I was trying to drive the speed limit for a long time, and people kept overtaking me, and I kept joining in one group, and then I slowed down again, and then another group would show up, and so on and so forth. So, Massachusetts, respect. I hope you guys can teach some of the Southerners how to drive a little bit. Not that fast is good, but there, people stay out of each other's way, and people don't tailgate each other religiously. The Audi just found a buddy. I think it's a Subaru. Car came from the front, actually driving the speed, 55 maybe. But the Audi just tailgated him for a moment, and now is in the left lane at almost the same exact speed as the car in front of him, completely in the way of anybody else that might care, and he is still doing the overtaking maneuver. He's still going. He's driving a freaking Audi. He could have done that in like half a second, and it would have been safer. Not that he has to accelerate like an animal, he just has to be paying attention. Yeah. 3,690 miles seeing if this shit is accurate. And this shit is accurate because people do it all the time, everywhere, everyone. It is very, very rare to meet a driver that is actually paying attention to how he's driving. I met a guy, Herbert, told a friend of mine about it. This guy, 75 years of driving without a car accident. He should get a freaking medal. He should be teaching at college. But people treat him in traffic like he's a senior freaking citizen. That man is a Jedi driver for sure. And the reason why I met him is because he pulled into the same car wash as I did. And just a few minutes of driving behind him, I realized just how much he's paying attention to his surroundings. And that's why I approached him at the car wash and I told him, "Excuse me, sir, I just wanted you to know that I think you are an incredible driver and you pay attention like 50 people around you combined, probably more." He started to laugh and he was a little bit confused because he was wondering why I knew this. Because he is very aware of how skilled of a driver he is. And then I explained to him what I saw in his driving on 200 yards on an intercity road. And he immediately understood what I was talking about, because what I described to him was exactly what he was doing, which is one of my favorite games to play with traffic lights, which will come up eventually or shortly, or I don't know. We'll see. But Herbert, you are a cool dude, and I really hope that you have passed on some of your driving knowledge to other generations. Because as people grow up and then older and are looking in the direction of retirement, according to a lot of very, very clever people, and this is not my opinion, this is their opinion, they should just be listened to. As somebody grows older, they should start teaching their life's experiences to younger generations. And considering the age ranges that seek teachers, you can teach any age range you want. And you can teach them either about your business or about your tasking or about your organization or about your family understanding or whatever the fuck it might be. Because I guarantee you, 2 days and you can find a student. Because you just have to go around and ask people.